I'm Lee, and welcome to my channel. And this is a video that I just kind of thought of today and just kind of had the little aha moment of what? Actually, I had this thought when it happened, but you know how you just kind of sit and marinate, or things just kind of pop into your head and you're like, I can't believe this. Well, that's kind of how I felt today. So, I have been making lots of notes about my experiences in dealing with a lying, cheating narcissist for 7 years. And I'll do a more in depth video about how he was trying to win me over. And I say that because out of the whole 7 years that we were together, never ever once. Then again, I never broke up with him in our 7 years. He broke up with me more times than I can even count. And it could be, the wind could blow the opposite direction. It could be something so trivial. And it's just, I'm breaking up with you. I'm moving out. There were so many times I would cry my eyes out and say, what did I do? What did I do? That was so wrong. And all I would get is, I'm sick of your crap. Or I would never get an explanation. This was before I found out about the cheating and before I realized that this person is a narcissist. I just such confusion in me. And that's how it would always go. And then once I found out about the cheating, and I would, he would do things behind my back. I would question him about it. He would get angry, shut me out, break up with me. And then I'm left wondering, well, should I have just kept my mouth shut about him flirting with other women? Just completely disrespectful. And if you want to do those things, don't have a girlfriend. So, like I said in a previous video, if I could liken our relationship to anyone, it would be Ronnie and Sam from the Jersey Shore, because that's what it was. Ron's out cheating. Sam confronts him multiple times. They get in an argument. That's what it was. And so when I say he was trying to get back into my good graces or win me over, it was what it was is he didn't have that narcissistic supply. And this was a few months ago. He had broken up with me. I was moving on, and I guess he didn't like that. So it went from I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you. And when he was trying to get back into my good graces, and honestly, everything he was doing, writing novels and professing his love, and just, I never got any of that in the 7 years we were together. Never got these, I love you, you mean so much to me notes. I never got any of that. So when I was reading it, I was just like, well, this is BS. This is complete BS. So this was one of the things that he said to me when he was trying to win my good graces. So years ago, whenever, I think it was the second time he had moved out, and I was living in our apartment, our large apartment, by myself. And we were, I guess, talking back together because that was the cycle. I wanted to get the tracking app, the 360 app that like all of my friends have. And the reason why I wanted it was I was living alone. I was living alone. My close friends, my girlfriends, they're nowhere near me. They're many miles away. And I just thought, okay, well, maybe my boyfriend would like to, just see where I'm at, know where I'm at. Who knows what could happen? Things happen all the time. I just thought of it as a safety precaution. And also, I have nothing to hide. I don't care if you see where I'm at. I have nothing to hide. So I remember I kept trying to tell him to download this app, and it was, no, that's creepy. But I was like, how? So, whatever, right? So, when he was trying to get over in my good graces, he said that I could have all of the passwords to his accounts and that he would download the tracking app. And first I thought, like, I don't want to keep tabs on my boyfriend. I've done enough of that, checking, just keeping tabs on him to see if he's lying to me, if he's out with other women, if he's flirting with other women. And 99.9% of the time, I was completely correct on that. And it broke my heart because it's like, okay, well, you're telling me one thing, you're clearly doing something else behind my back. It's breaking my heart. I ask you about it. You get mad at me, you block me, and you break up with me. I'm like, I don't want to keep tabs on you. I don't want to check up on you. I don't want to do those things. And then I was like, so now you want to download this tracking app? Now it's not creepy. And now that I look back on this, when I found out all of the evidence, he was, I mean, the whole time he was messing around with other women, but the time he was moved out, and I remember this, he told me something about if we were going to get back together or not because there was someone he wanted to date, a friend of his that he wanted to date. I thought about it and I'm like, well, it could only be two people. And my suspicions was correct. It definitely was. Definitely was. So that's why he didn't want to get this tracking app. And when I asked him about it, in the current moment, I'm like, oh, so it's not creepy? Uh, so he tries to give me some BS response. But then, you know, I just automatically thought that was BS. And here's another thing. Okay, you think giving me your passwords, do you know how easy it is to create another account? Do you know how easy it is to create another profile, get a new email, to to text all these different women? Like, so you're giving me a false sense of security. And this tracking app, so he does a lot of work. He's self-employed, does a lot of work. He's constantly meeting up at clients' houses and doing things like that. So what, I pull up this and say, oh, where are you at? Do you know how easy it would be for him to say, oh, I'm at a client's house? I'm not out at this girl's house. And also, if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. And I mean, I kind of feel like in my experience, once a cheater, always a cheater. And I just thought that that was just such BS on getting your passwords and getting your. Tried to say he was trying to rebuild this trust. And as much as I went back to him and begged him, I just kind of, well, I guess the realization had always been there, but um it recently took I guess time for me to finally realize to accept, I guess, that 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 trust is broken, and as much as I really wanted that trust back, ever since the breakup, or when I found out about the cheating in Valentine's Day of 2020, I desperately wanted to put this behind me. I desperately wanted um that trust back. And if you watch the videos that I'll have linked, you know, nothing changed after that. He's still in contact with these mistresses, these women. He's still trash talking me. He's still doing all of these things behind my back. And it wasn't even a month after I found out about the other women. And each time, that trust just gone, just gone, like doing nothing. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but I guess he doesn't want to be honest with me. Doesn't want to be honest with me. Doesn't want to be faithful to me. And it hurts, because it's like, what did I do that was, just so bad? Like, what did I do to where you couldn't be honest with me, couldn't tell me? Like, I mean, it's a lot. But I finally came to that realization, and I feel like that's why a lot of the times when we would get back together, that trust is just gone. And he lied so easily to my face for 7 years. Lied just so easily. And it's like, well, how can I believe anything that you say to me now? Because you lied so easily. And, it hurts. It's a tough pill to swallow. But, yeah. So that is one of the stories on how I just felt like what he was telling me was just complete BS. And it's like one of my girlfriends said, doesn't matter, he'd find another way to cheat. And I definitely believe that. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Bye, guys.